Good morning, fellow YouTubers. Good morning, brothers and sisters. And welcome to another grand and glorious episode of Arizona Positive Motivations and Streams. Hold on. Sorry about that, folks. Um, by the time, like I said, by the time you listen to this, it's gonna be a premiere. I'm not sure on the date. I'm not sure on the time. I'm not sure on the place. In fact, that's something to think about, isn't it? Because life is that way too. You're not really sure on the time. You're not really sure on the place. You're not even sure on the day. But you see, here's something that you have to have: dedication. Dedication. You know what that is? That means focus yourself on a goal and you set your mind to it and you go for it. That's all. You focus, set your mind to it, and you go for it. Because you see, in order to be a grand champion, you got to learn to accomplish your goals and accept the defeats as well as the wins. Because in life, you ain't going to win every day. In life, not every day is going to be a victory. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win. You know, have you ever heard of, I'm going to tell you this quote. When a child is brought into this world, They have to learn how to walk, how to talk, how to perform correctly, right? Did they ever do it overnight? No. They tried, failed again. But guess what? They had one thing that was keeping them motivated the whole entire time: dedication. The key to any success in life is dedication. When a champion fighter goes in for the title, do you think he just rushes in and expecting to win and bam, he wins? No. He trains hard. He has that motivation, that dedication, that sheer focus to winning that title, to becoming that grand champion. And that's the way with all of y'all can do. Everyone has a champion within them. Everyone has heart, has soul. And those just not wanting to try and not wanting to do nothing, they just sit and grow stale while the world passes them by. Is that what you want? Do you want the world to pass you by? Or do you want to get up and pass the world and become champion of it? Because to achieve the greatest goals in this world, you have to accept your failures as well as your successes. That's what makes you a grand champion of this world. That's what makes you the greatest man or woman on the face of this earth. Because all you kings and queens out there, when you have learned to accept your failures as well as your successes, you can stand up and say, I am king, I am queen, I rule this world. It's my world, my place, my time. Live it up. Enjoy it. And always strive to achieve the best of the best of the best of the best. Like, for instance, when you're working at a job, you think you're just going to settle for just what, one or two victories and that's it? No, because what happens? What happens when you think you've hit the roof and you're like, "Oh, okay, I've had enough." What happens? You grow fat, you grow lazy, you grow slow. And then when someone else is hungrier than you are, they come up and pass you by and lap you because you're overweight, you're out of shape, and you're just sitting there collecting dust, not moving nowhere, not wanting to get motivated. And then you feel bitter about yourself and about your situation because you wish you were like, you think to yourself, Man, I should have done this. Man, I should have done that. Man, I wish I would have done that. I should have, coulda. When instead of all those, you could have said, I did that. I did this. I did that. See, a lot of y'all want to blame yourselves for the current situation. A lot of you all want to blame everybody else for your current situation. When the really person you want to blame is each and every one of yourselves. Think about that one for a minute. Think about that one. You got yourself into whatever situation you're in. Now you have to think about how you're going to get yourself out to be back on top again, to be back in shape. You got to go through the training. You got to go through rigorous training every single day. You got to put in blood. You got to put in sweat. You got to put in them tears. Dedication is the most hardest thing for any individual to do because there's so many distractions in life. So many distractions. So many other things that try and mess up your focus, that try and distract you from what you need to do. But you know what you have to do? You have to say, I'm not going to get distracted. I ain't going to get knocked off the top. No, I'm going to rise even higher. My voice is going to be even louder. My motivation and dedication is going to be even stronger. Because why? Because I ain't going to quit. This ain't going to be enough. I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And when I think I've reached the top, I'm going to keep going even further. Because why? Because don't settle for just mediocrity. Just, well, that's okay. It's done. No. We all deserve in this world the best of the best of the best of the best. You always got to be a fighter in training. You always got to be a warrior because changes happen every day. Challenges happen every day. And you've got to make that choice. Do you want to meet them head on? Or do you want to fall down on your knees and stick your head in the sand and pray to God that it passes over? Because think about it. When problems arise, if you don't do something about it, you're going to be sorry you didn't. Because why? Because that same problem is going to come up again and again and again. It's going to try and bully you. It's going to try and rule you. It's going to try and control you. It is going to try to make you its bitch. But you have to decide, do I really want to live life a martyr? Or do I want to live my life a victor and a champion? Think about that. In order to achieve greatness, you got to be willing to accept your failures as well as your successes. That's what makes a true person. That's what makes a true man or woman. That's what makes a grand champion of the world. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. That's what a lot of people don't get. That true winning isn't easy. Nothing good ever comes easy. You've got to have one thing that keeps you going every single day. Dedication. And that is what will keep you going every single day of your lives, my friend. I promise you that. Every day when you wake up, when you put your feet on the ground, say, hey, God, I accomplished a great thing. I got my feet on the ground and I'm moving forward. I ain't gonna hit the snooze button and say, nah, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Because pretty soon, all those 5 more minutes is add up. 5 more minutes turns into a half an hour. Half an hour turns into 2 hours. 2 hours turns into 3 hours, and so on and so forth. And pretty soon, half your life is gone. And what have you accomplished in it? What have you done for you? Not for everybody else, but for you. What have you done? What have you accomplished in your life to impress you, to make you a better person, not only for yourself, but for others around you? What have you done for yourself to impress and improve yourself? That kind of, in a way, when you say it that way, it kind of changes the issue, don't it? It changes the thing, doesn't it? We're all the time trying to strive to please others, to make everybody else happy, to please other people. When yourself and your dreams are saying, hey, what about us? You brought us into this world. How come you're ignoring us? How come you're putting us on the back burner? Maybe it's time you stopped it. Maybe it's time, if you focus on yourself and focus on what you need to do first, then others will follow suit. Others will see your progress, see the light that you are presenting, and be impressed and want to change themselves. So therefore, what benefits you could benefit someone else. Have you ever seen? Now I'm going to give you another example. Okay, you're on the Serengeti plain. You see a lion. He takes down a big, huge zebra, feasts on it, and eats his fill and leaves it behind. Another animal comes up, picks up, kind of picks on the leftovers. Another animal comes up, picks on more leftovers. And pretty soon, the whole entire carcass is broken down and returns to the earth so that the plants grow and use those nutrients. Then the circle of life starts all over again. See, each individual benefited from the other individual. We all can benefit from each other by building each other up and preserving each other while preserving our own selves as well. By creating and producing a light that could never be put out. that could never be stopped, that could never be broken. Can you imagine producing something great that no one has ever done before? Something that will shock and shake the very pillars of life itself. I'm going to say this before and I'm going to say it again. Look at Thomas Edison, Ben Franklin, Henry Ford, and many, many other great inventors out there. They have tried, failed, tried, failed, tried, and failed again until finally they achieved something wonderful, something beautiful, such as the light bulb. It may be just simple to you and I, but back then, it was a very complex piece of machinery. How to produce light inside a bulb, inside a thin pane of glass. Now that's pretty an amazing accomplishment if you really want to know. I mean, think about it. Connecting those filaments, mixing those chemicals in just the right way where it produces something wonderful that we use in our day-to-day lives. We need light to see. Look at all the great writers that are out there. Look at all the wonderful literature that's out there. Movie producers, weightlifters, marathon runners, just many, many different people. But they all had one thing in common: dedication. And it was that dedication that made them achieve something great. And do you think they had failures? They sure did. But for every great failure, there was always a great success as well. Hold on just one second. Sometimes I have to look and see what the title's about, because that way I'm kind of going with the flow of what the title's about. And the title is, You Are a Winner. You are a grand champion. But you have to have one thing that's a key element to your success: dedication. And dedication is the key to your complete and utter success. I'm going to leave you guys with that quote. You guys take care, and you guys have a great day. Much love to everybody. Thank you for watching. God bless. Peace.